We're talking to Holy Redeemer softball here at Arcaro and Genell, the takeaway kitchen, of course, the restaurant, and here in the bocce courts outside. And Jerry Poliakonis is with us. And Coach, it's been a nice run. Take us through this year, the regular season, and the district playoffs, and all the way up to the first round of the state playoffs.
Basically, the season started off, a little bit slow for us. Our hitting wasn't coming around really well. We have 10 girls that prior to this season never stepped on a varsity softball field. So of them, 4 of them are starters now. And like I said, they never played a game, so it took a little bit of time for them to catch up. Eventually, with practice and with seeing live pitching, then the game came through to them and they started hitting better as the season progressed. It followed right into the district playoffs right through there. They all contributed greatly in the Montero's victory. And then now with the state playoffs, we're starting to get it even better and better. And with practice and, with them learning the game even better, it's just been very successful.
Some dominant pitching is important. You have that, a big ace, and talk a little bit about having a pitcher like that, but you got to have a defense behind you because these girls are going to end up hitting on the other teams.
Oh, absolutely, and we knew this past week. Loyal Sock was able to hit the ball well. Even though they didn't put very many in play, they're going to practice, they're going to prepare for it. With Morgan, her hitting her locations like she does, she's amazing. She's constantly working on her game. We count on her a ton, and she just comes through for us in clutch situations.
Talk about Morgan, her mentality. Obviously, she's seasoned. Few years now at Holy Redeemer. She's seen just about everything and seen you've had a lot of success with her in the program. Talk about how she approaches the game.
Morgan's always cool, believe it or not. Even when it gets stressful, she may look over at me once in a while, but really she is always in the game and she's ready to go. She works so hard all the time. Like her softball day is probably 6-7 hours a day, and she's just constantly working on it and getting better.
Let's talk a little bit about the bats and making sure that you're able to get one more hit than the next team. One more run really is what it's going to come down to, because there could be a little bit of small ball involved here as the state playoffs. But talk about some of those bats this year.
They're coming around really well. Obviously, Tiana Rink and Morgan's a fantastic hitter herself. Sam Raisa with her slap hitting, she's matured into a fabulous slap hitter. Could put the ball right where she wants to put it. It's really tough to defense that. Allison, she's getting so much better at selecting the right pitches to hit, and so are the younger ones. They're getting better at the selection. They're not just up there to hit a strike; they're up there to hit something good.
At this point of the year, talk about the coaching aspect on maybe keeping practices short and sweet, or fine-tuning a couple things, or making sure you're hitting on the mistakes that maybe happened in the game. Even though you're still playing, there's little things you want to make adjustments.
Right, and that's exactly it. We look back at each game, we try to see the mistakes we did make, and we try to correct them and nip them in the butt so they don't happen again. Just this past week with Loyal Sock, we had a couple base running mistakes, and that's obviously what we went over in practice today. You want to make sure that mentally they know where they need to be and they know how to handle them situations when they're in them, because these teams are just getting faster and faster as you progress through the playoffs.
Let's talk about you and your coaching staff there at Holy Redeemer, and obviously having guys around you that complement each other.
Oh, absolutely. Me and John Bryan, we've been together for quite a few years now, and Joe Coffey in there, he knows exactly what we got to do. And this year we brought on Tim Wren. He's another voice that, or another set of eyes that can see something that we may not pick out, or just be a little bit more vocal real quick to catch up on it real quick. So with all of us working together, the kids understand where we're coming from, and they know the success depends on, them learning the game from us.
No coach ever wants a year where they have, 13 seniors and they have nobody coming back. So talk about, having a couple players in each age group to say, okay, we could build on that for next year. This girl got enough experience, and hopefully for the years to come we could keep it going.
And we like to call that our core group. You have that solid core that's moving up through the echelons. The younger ones are going to pick up on what they're doing and how hard they work, and that's something that we attribute ourselves to, is how hard we work at practice, and we teach the younger ones to catch up to the juniors and the seniors who've been doing it for quite a few years. And if they can pick up on that quick enough, then they're going to be successful in themselves.
Coach, congratulations. Best of luck. One game at a time.
Thank you, John.
Morgan Bigkuski with us from the Holy Redeemer softball team here on the John Mendola Show. And Morgan, let's talk First up, about your career at Holy Redeemer. It's been pretty darn successful, and it's nice to have it going this time of year.
Yeah, it's great. I feel like I've made my mark on Holy Redeemer, and I definitely am proud of the 4 years I've put in here. And I'm very proud of the team I've been playing with. Each team, every year, made bonds that are stronger than ever, friends that I'm going to have forever. It's great.
Let's talk about this year's team and what it's like. You're a senior. You have some underclassmen on this team. So take us through the mix here at Holy Redeemer. Girls not having a whole lot of experience at the beginning of the year, and a bunch of them hitting the field.
Well, compared to our last 2 state championship teams, we had a lot of power. This year we have athleticism, and I'm very grateful for that. And it's a very different change than what we've had in the past, but it's been different, and it's been great, honestly. From the first day, we made a big transition. We're so much better than we have. We have the drive and determination to do so, and every single player has put their work in and has gotten better each and every day, and it's been great to see that happen.
Let's talk about the lineup this year with the bats. Who have been some of the big bats in that lineup?
The big bats, I would have to say, obviously, Tiana Wren. I've been playing with her since I was 7 or 8, and she's always been fantastic at hitting. And our whole lineup's great. Sam's been doing really good slap hitting. Taylor's been great. Everybody contributes in some small way, whether it be a power hitter or a bunt, or everybody's willing to do their job and put the ball in play and move our runners around to get that score, and it's good.
A lot of pressure on you on the mound. Do you take that in stride and just say, hey, this is my job, and you have just so much experience and so much savvy to you when you're out there, just saying, I've been here before, I've done this?
Yes, per se, yeah. I take it, I know it's my job to do so, and I've been in more stressful situations, and softball has been my life for the past 10 years or so, and right now it's second nature anymore. I love the game so much, and it's great.
You love it so much, you're going to do it in college.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that next step, what the choices were, and where you decided on the next 4 years.
I've had a couple different offers from Division I and Division II colleges. I decided on Binghamton University to further my academic career. Obviously, academics come before athletics. They're a very good athletic team, but I know my coach puts academics first, and I'm going for engineering. They're one of the top engineering schools in the country, and I love it there, honestly. I'm going to have such a great time there.
Well, that'll be pretty darn exciting. Let's talk about all the support you get from the family and the people rooting you out in every game.
Support's unbelievable. My parents have been through this with me every step of the way, and I couldn't be more grateful, honestly. Allison Lavera, her parents are fantastic too. They support me in each and every way. My grandparents come and support me through each and every game. My family's always texting me, calling me, congratulating me. It's honestly amazing how many people support me, and it's awesome.
Well, hopefully it's a one-game approach for you and your teammates, and we're hoping you get the next one and possibly move on from there. And best of luck in the rest of this year's team, all right?
Thank you.
Sam Raisa is with us from the Holy Redeemer softball team here at the John Mendola Show. She is a senior. And, hey, we see you got that college decision out of the way, King's College.
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm going to play basketball.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you're pretty darn good at softball as well, and they have a pretty good program, so you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll have to see how the schoolwork goes and stuff.
Let's talk about your softball year this year, how things are going. Coach had mentioned over the weekend how you continue to do positive things out there with this team. So take us through how you feel your year went.
I think that my year has been pretty good. I think as a whole, I think it's improved from last year. I think that our team is doing really good. People didn't really expect us to go this far, but everyone on the team knew how good we were, and we're just happy to be this far.
For you, watching Morgan over the years and some of your other teammates, but Morgan especially, she seems like she's welcomed the pressure. She's produced with that pressure. What's it like watching her?
It's amazing. Me and Morgan are like best friends, and for the last 4 years I've watched her just grow as a player, and I just think she's amazing, and I love having her on my team.
Tiana's another member of this team that provides a lot of power, a lot of spark. So talk a little bit about her personality.
Yeah, she's really, really good. She's such a spark for the team. She always gets the big hit. She's a great playmaker. I'm happy she's on my team.
Let's talk about trying to, as a senior, leading some of these younger players that maybe never played softball before? Coach Poliakono said, hey, we had 10 players that weren't sure what softball was. 4 of them have hit the field for us. So talk about what you tried to rub off on them and what you've learned.
Yeah, this year I definitely had to be more of a leader for the team. I just tried to help them through anything if they had any questions. We're very young and inexperienced, and we only had a couple girls coming back, so I just really tried to help them out as much as possible.
Let's talk about the coach's approach as far as the seriousness of the game. It seemed like they're, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do this and do this. I'm sure there's some fun sometimes, but for the most part, it's punching the clock.
Oh yeah, the whole team has such a good relationship with the coaches. We know how to have fun, but we know how to be serious when the game time comes.
As far as firing you up, talk about their approach with that and getting everybody ready. And I'm sure some of the girls, you yourselves, get yourself fired up as well.
Yeah, I like to try to fire everyone up. Morgan also, like the captains, we just like to try to tell everyone that we've been here before and we know that we could win.
Well, the colors aren't going to change for you much with Holy Redeemer and the Kings, so Sam, we wish you the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
Tiana Wren is with us here on the John Mendola Show. She's a junior at Holy Redeemer, talking about the softball program out at the beautiful Bocce courts here at Arcaro and Genell, the pizza capital of the world, Old Forge. And Tiana, let's talk about your bat. You have a lot of strength in that area, whether it's for power or just getting on base. So take us through all the work you've put in and being pretty good at that plate.
Well, a lot of us, just like in Morgan Binkuski, we go after practice, we'll go hitting for an hour, or like on our off days, we'll take that time to go and put in more work on our game. Whether it's individual or with a couple other girls, we'll go head off a tee somewhere, or we'll go scrimmage or something, or go play in other tournaments.
A lot of softball under your belt, so talk about the weekends. You're busy, you're playing during the week, and there's just a whole lot of traveling with what you're doing.
Yeah, well, this upcoming weekend, I have a tournament down in Seton Hall on Saturday and Sunday. So I have practiced the rest of this week. We have Friday off, going to play a tournament, and then coming back Sunday night to go practice to play a game Monday. It's kind of a lot, but
you love it, right?
Yeah, I do love it.
Let's talk about being able to balance the academics with the athletics, and somehow it all works out, right?
Yeah. Well, with this busy schedule, like as soon as you get home, you say, oh, I have to get my homework done. So it's like it keeps you on a schedule instead of like being in the off season, like in the winter time, and you have to go home, you have all this free time, and then you end up putting off that homework until like 11 o'clock at night. But being in season, you get your stuff done. It seems to be quicker and more efficient.
How about some of the girls on the team you think that have kind of gotten their feet wet this year on the team and really rose up to the occasion?
Well, Mckenna Dolan, she played Little League back when she was younger, but she came out this year for her first year, and she's starting second base, and she's hitting over 300, which I feel is really impressive regarding the competition we have and all of the good pitchers that we face this year. So she's a new face and she's doing well. Olivia Murray, our right fielder, she's a freshman. She really stepped up and she really improved this past year. And also Meredith Baird, our left fielder, she's also rise to the occasion, getting put into that left field spot a couple games ago. She's really added a little bit to our team. So
for you overall, defensively as a catcher, talk about what that's like, catching Morgan and the relationship you have with her.
Well, when I was 10, me and Morgan played on the same travel team, the Vipers, and I caught her a little bit there. But I came out of retirement this year because for the past couple years I've been playing center field. And so having that chemistry with Morgan since we played so long together, I kind of know how her pitches are going to work, so it's beneficial being behind the plate with her. So
well, it's working.
Yeah.
Talk about her confidence and what she brings to the plate as far as, just being on that mound and wanting the ball and wanting to shut down the other team, and she's done a really good job at that.
I personally think Morgan's the best pitcher in Pennsylvania with her work ethic and also like academically. She's such a hard worker, and she takes all this time that she puts into the sport, which is really impressive, I think. And then when she's not playing softball, she's helping out the community and giving back and teaching younger girls how to pitch. And she's just sharing her love for the game to like everyone, and it's like amazing.
You'll be a senior next year, so you'll be able to do that. I'm sure you show leadership already here as a junior with all the experience that you've had. Talk about what you see yourself doing in the years to come. Obviously next year as a senior with your team, and then is softball something you're thinking about at the college level?
Yeah, I'm actually committed to Providence College up in Rhode Island. But next year I'm going to be helping. I volunteer at MVP Sports Academy down in 44 Exeter area, and I spend my time there helping younger girls how to hit and introducing them to the game. And I also do volunteer work at St. Luke's Villa, and then I help out my Nana who just got developed with Parkinson's recently. So.
Well, I hope your Nana gets better, and obviously our thoughts and prayers with her.
Thank you.
You play field hockey as well. Something you do, you say, I just do it to keep in shape, and it's nice to hear that you do that. But it's a tough sport as well.
Yeah, that's a really tough sport, and especially playing for Holy Redeemer, where they have such a pristine field hockey program, where they have a lot of strong players down there. It just really helps being in that team atmosphere. I just really enjoy it. I really love working with other girls, playing a sport that they have such a strong drive for. It's pretty cool.
Well, we wish you the best the rest of this season, one game at a time, of course, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Taylor Josefovich is with us from Holy Redeemer here on the John Mendola Show, and she is a junior. Taylor, let's talk about your game. What do you add to this team this year for the Lady Royals?
Well, I feel like this year we really work as a cohesive unit more so than we did last year. We really know how to play for each other, and we each know how to do our job when we need to. And I think that's a really important aspect that's going to help us go pretty far.
We know Morgan's on the mound. She's doing a heck of a job. We know that Tiana is behind the plate, and she's a heck of a catcher.
She is.
Take us through the infield, though, all the positions, who plays where.
Sure. Well, I'm the first baseman. And then we have our second baseman, Mckenna Dolan, and she is just fantastic. Whenever there's a ball hit to the right side, I can always trust her to make a good play and make a good throw. And then our shortstop is Raisa, and I trust Sam 100% as well. She is such a great utility player because she used to play in the outfield. She was actually our left fielder for the past 2 years. And then when we needed a shortstop, she stepped up and she really rose to the challenge. And then our third baseman is Lindsay Skowronski, and she's a freshman. And she has come so far from the beginning of the year. She has improved tons. She actually is our backup catcher as well. So she's a very important part as well.
How about the outfield? Take us through that now.
Sure. So our right fielder is Liv Murray, and she's a freshman. She is so fast. She can get anywhere, catch any ball. We have complete faith in her, as well as our center fielder, Allison Rivera. She also rarely misses. She is very reliable. And our left fielder is actually a new addition, Meredith Baird. She's a sophomore, and she just got thrown in this year when our previous left fielder had an injury, and she has just been doing a great job getting all the balls, talking. She just is really comfortable, and that's a good thing.
Softball, talk about how many years you've been playing and how the sport has kind of grown on you over the years.
Yeah, I've been playing softball since I was 6 years old, and it's just been a vital part of my life. It's always been there. Over the years, it's just become such a great experience for me to make friends and just play a sport, be active with people that love it as much as I do.
At Holy Redeemers, there's been a lot of success. Obviously, Coach Polyakonis and the coaching staff have done a really nice job. Talk about what a typical practice is like. I mean, they're going to correct mistakes. They're going to go over little things you need to do, and you're going to put in some time to different areas. But in the end, usually there's growth as the season goes on.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of the season, we always do our preseason workouts, which are grueling, but they really are extremely helpful when we get outside, because then we don't have to worry about the speed drills, the agility drills, because we've already done them all and we're already in shape. When we get outside, we usually do a solid fielding and hitting practice all in one, and they always stop to correct mistakes. Like you said, today, actually, when we had practice, one of our infielders, Mckenna, was struggling with getting her footing at first base when we were covering bunts, and we spent a solid 30-45 minutes on it just to fix the mistake, and now she's completely comfortable. We know what we're doing, and it's just great because they always have an agenda. They always know what we need to work on, and that has led to our success.
Well, Taylor, it sounds like you're doing great things out there on the softball field and being a great teammate. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.